New York City is becoming a surveillance state. I lived in New York City for 12 years, but it is getting worse. This is a New York Times essay about the NYPD is teaching America how to track everyone every day forever. New York NYPD, by the way, also has a lot of training or connections to Israel. So I wouldn't at all be surprised if a fair amount of the surveillance, both the companies connected and the techniques, go back to Israel. More than a decade of observing traditional police work did not prepare me for what the department is doing today, building vast hidden repositories of data it collects on everyone in the city with no clear boundaries on how it can be used. As cities across the country follow New York's lead, I am gravely worried about what this system enables and the effect on what Supreme Court Justice Brandeis termed our most valued right, the right to be let alone. Yeah. When was the last time we had a right to be let alone in this country? That is not a thing we do. It is the right to have the government up your ass. And it's funny because the people who say, this government, man, I want small government. I don't want them up my ass. I don't want them in my face. I want to do my own thing. Like most of those people are Trump voters. And here you have Trump continuing largest surveillance ever, adding military troops to your streets, having people arrested and kicked off their college campuses for free speech. Many of these people are Trump voters because they thought he somehow would get the government off their back. Nope, not at all. Not at all. The city's police force has spent more than $3 billion amassing information that reveals where you have been, whom you have interacted with, what you have said, thought, and believed. Unlike previous surveillance methods, new digital tools allow law enforcement agencies to conduct surveillance persistently, universally, at an unimaginable scale. They can do so with no social permission, no oversight, and no advanced planning. No oversight. Basically, the whole city is turning into stop and frisk. Stop and frisk was the illegal activity by the NYPD police to just grab people, almost exclusively non-white people, throw them up against a wall and check through their pockets. And hopefully they hope to find something that they could arrest them for. Completely illegal, violates all rights. There's no warrant involved, etc. Ultimately, they stopped doing it because it was a backlash after years and years. Also showed that it basically achieved nothing other than harassment and people being afraid. Anyway, this is basically digital stop and frisk. It's technologically advanced stop and frisk. The results amount to a digital time machine that not only makes our past constantly available to law enforcement officers, but also can provide them with predictions about our futures. So this is getting very close to the whole like social score type of thing. Yeah, you might not be violating laws, but did you meet with a Free Palestine group? Because that's going to add some ticks to your troublemaker profile. Were you at Occupy protests? Were you at Black Lives Matter protests? Doing live streams about controversial issues? All those things would add to your score. And so then they have facial recognition, all cameras everywhere in New York City. That's already the case. Facial recognition spots you and can tell someone at a central, hub, or maybe just a cop sitting in his car. They have all kinds of computers in their cars now. Could say, blip, blip, red alert. We have someone with a pretty shitty social score walking down the street. Well, maybe we have a cop pull up, see what he's up to. What you got going there, buddy? Yeah. No, I'm just checking. I just want to see how you're doing. Hey, no, you're not under arrest. We're just seeing. Can you empty your pockets, please? Where are you headed? Can I see your phone? Yeah, can you unlock your phone for me? Oh, it's facial recognition on your phone. I can just hold up to your face. All right, thank you. Let me look through that. See what you got going here, little buddy. Yeah, no. You weren't doing anything suspicious. Nothing wrong. Just walking. But, don't talk back because that's illegal. You would have said something like that as being like anxiety provoking like 5 years ago even. And people would be like, yeah, right. A camera noticing your face and alerting the cops that you're a possible troublemaker because 6 months earlier you were at a Free Palestine protest. Like, yeah, right. And then the cops come over to you because you're like, yeah, right. No, we're literally inches from that. Inches. It's pretty horrific. And the other thing is when I was first kind of getting into this stuff, around 2008 doing more political comedy and reading up on how the world works and stuff. There were a lot of people who said, I don't like using credit cards because it's all trackable. Like they can track your purchases and everything. And it was true. And so those people would use cash. Now, good luck getting through a day without cash. I mean, with cash. Good luck getting through a day in New York City, meaning you're not just sitting in your apartment and trying to do tons of stuff without cash. Sorry, I keep saying it backwards. With cash. Many places you can't pay with cash, but then some places you can pay as long as you got exact cash. And then other places, it's like they don't even have a cashier. It's just scan a code and figure it out. So we are quickly getting past the days that you could try and get by. There's toll booths that you go through. There's no toll booth operator there. You got to use your card. You got to use the Easy Pass or whatever. It's increasingly almost impossible to just like stay off the grid and pay with cash.